Leave game devs alone. Content. Hi everyone, my name is Pagan and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the announcement recently that the God of War sequel is delayed until 2022. Sony Santa Monica Studios had announced this on Twitter a couple of days ago, so let's just dive right in. Since the release of the next God of War teaser last year, we've been humbled by the amount of love our community has shown us. We're incredibly grateful to see so many people excited to experience the next chapter of Kratos and Atreus' journey. We remain focused on delivering a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners and families. With this in mind, we've made the decision to shift our release window to 2022. Thank you for your continued support. We've got some exciting things in the works that we can't wait to show you. Santa Monica Studio. The games director as well, Cory Barlog, also did tweet on this and said, "For the devs, for the quality, for the players." The delay of this game doesn't come as much as a surprise, considering that there is a global pandemic still in place. It's understandable that deadlines may have to be pushed back. If anybody watched the Raising Kratos documentary as well, you'll understand the enormous amount of work and incredibly talented people that strive for perfection to get a game released, and that there is an awful amount of disappointment felt strongest, I think, by the dev team when a game does need to be delayed or when a deadline isn't being able to be met. They have to delay that game, and I do think that they feel the disappointment the strongest. So in my opinion, it's 100% the right choice that they're going to push back their release window to 2022 to relieve the pressure off some of the game devs and to prioritize the mental and physical health and well-being of their devs, their families and their partners while they're creating the game the best possible that they can make it. The response to this delay has been quite positive, mostly on Twitter, with a lot of the communities tweeting things like "take your time," "we'll wait," "we support the decision of the studio to prioritize devs' health," "we support the game no matter what, take your time no matter how long it's going to take," which is super great. And I think it does speak to a lot of the community to understand what devs go through. And again, I'm going to reference that documentary. If you're not sure what devs have to deal with when they're trying to meet a deadline on a game this size and this scale, please go ahead and watch Raising Kratos documentary. It's available on YouTube. However, there have been some extremely negative comments made, and many of the devs have received harassment. A lot more of the devs probably than we actually know, because some of them, I would presume, are not public about it. This was actually brought to light recently by Lanas, who is one of the game writers at Santa Monica Studio, but you may also know her from her career as a games journalist at many publications, including IGN, and of course her YouTube channel. Alana posted one of the horrific DMs that she received recently on Twitter, and this is what that said. "Aside from the ones I got from being hired in the first place, I think this is my first game dev related abuse message. I've finally been initiated. Look at me go." This was the message that she received. Laugh my ass off. Off? You get hired, then God of War is delayed first time ever. Too busy dreaming about getting gang raped by all your simp Twitch subs to actually do the work. Laugh my ass off. Hope it happens and someone streams it and you get fired because they all know you're a useless whore. And the game comes out 2021 and PS5 only. Firstly, the game is coming out in 2022 and it's going to be PS4 and PS5 compatible. Your tweet or your DM doesn't negate that fact. Just saying. Aside from the obvious grammatical errors in this DM, what? I feel it's really unfortunate that people somehow think it's okay to DM anybody in general, but specifically women, game devs, gamers, writers, producers, actors. In particular, I mean, look at what Laura Bailey had to deal with when The Last of Us 2 was released. I just don't understand why people think that that's okay. Because it's not okay. And you should go and get help. Because it's not okay to send anybody this kind of message. And of course, Alana is using her like dry wit and sarcastic humor that she's well known for in her own community here to sort of twist this comedically at the ridiculousness of this kind of DM that she probably receives on, probably more often than we all know. Sadly, this is not the first time Alana has received messages like this. We've obviously seen that she's been getting some for when she was even hired at Santa Monica Studios, but also, most notably, she actually contacted somebody's mom on Facebook in 2014 to, I guess, report them or tell on them. So this is what she said. Sometimes young boys on Facebook send me rape threats, so I've started telling the mothers. Just... Corey did actually chime in on this though, and he had retweeted Alana's tweet with this message. For real, y'all, this is some bullshit. You want to be mad at somebody for anything God of War related? The delay, PS4, PS5 trolls, subtitle size, Sigrun, whatevs, be angry with me. I made the calls, I did this. Don't bother the team, they're all very good people doing great work. It's really nice for Corey to come in and chime in on this negativity that his devs are receiving, which I'm sure is just not inclusive of only Alana. I'm sure that there's a lot of game devs that have had really horrible messages sent to them regarding this delay. And ultimately, you know, the calls are made by the studios and like Corey, for example, but you shouldn't be angry with anybody. If they need to prioritize game dev mental and physical well-being as well as a really great product, and you want to purchase a really great complete product, then you should be happy to wait. Right? Like, they've clearly made this decision for the best. They didn't just be like, hey, you know what we should do today? We should just delay to 2022. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Yeah. Let's just, yeah. That's what I'm feeling today. Send tweet. Like, that shit just doesn't happen. They've obviously made the best call, the right call for them, their team, the game, the product, and for the fans as well. Corey also later commented on Twitter regarding the DMs that he's received. Working my way through so many DMs, pretty much everyone was positive, truly appreciate the love and support. Shitty thing is, if it were any of my female coworkers doing this, I'm certain there would be many additional, far less positive DMs. Not saying those who sent me messages would have been less positive to female coworkers. Your words were genuinely great. I suspect the real negative shit would come from others. Not one of them deserves that. Honestly, no one ever deserves that. Preach. Look, I don't have a solution, but I'm damn sure not going to stop calling it out from now on. As a community, we got to be better together. And what a great message, you know? And I think it's really important that he is identifying that there is an issue with people harassing female coworkers in the line of any industry, but in particular in game development, game journalism, games media, anything like that. It seems to be overwhelmingly negative when it comes to female coworkers getting harassed online. And it's just shitty. Just stop. Just stop it. To the people out there who are thinking about typing or have typed and are thinking about sending those harassment messages, maybe just don't. Maybe just don't be a dick. Alana also commented on the overwhelming positivity that she's received from this community as well, with a recent Instagram post saying, I want to thank everyone for all the positivity and support that has been sent my way over the last few days. The kindness was very unexpected, and the God of War community in particular has absolutely blown me away. Thank you all so much. If you missed it, a few days ago, I shared someone saying they hope I get gang raped because of the God of War game has been delayed. Naturally, I do not have any power to delay the game, lol. I did also have a few more suggestions of rape and a few people telling me to kill myself. Of course, I'm very used to receiving shitty messages, so I want to assure everyone individual nasty messages like the one I shared that actually managed to spark all of this positivity mean absolutely nothing to me. They do not bother me in the slightest, and nobody could say anything that I haven't already read 100 times before. But I do think there's a value in occasionally talking about harassment. Talking about this stuff puts pressure on platforms to devise smarter ways to combat it, encourages people to stand up against the real world or to open up conversations with people they actually know who might be engaging in this behaviour, and in this instance, help to inform on the realities of working in game development. I think that's helpful for anyone looking to get into the industry, but also for the broader public to know. The people working their asses off to make games who don't have any say in executive level decisions, like release dates or platforms, often get waves of harassment when these decisions are announced. They'll also get harassed if the game comes out too soon and has issues despite, again, not being their decision to make. It's predictable and it has to be incredibly stressful for a lot of people. So basically, when you see news about a video game that you don't like, please remember that the people working hard to make it are probably being treated poorly by some other members of the public because of it. Why not use that opportunity to send them love? And this was ultimately the reason I made this video. Firstly, I think like there is a comment to be said that there's a lot of negativity on the internet directed at women in the industry. I understand that Alana has probably read 100 times messages that were in the same vein of the one that she tweeted recently regarding that God of War delay. But it just shouldn't be happening. This is so not okay. And it's better that we all bring light to this like Alana and Corey have done recently, and many others, I'm sure. But it's just not okay. And I feel like if you're definitely one of those people, or if you know those people that are regularly engaging in behavior like this, that it's maybe time to have a talk with them and just let them know that this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable behavior. And I, along with many God of War and video game fans in general, are sending a lot of love to all of the studios out there that are working hard during COVID to try and get games released and to the best quality that they can be. Much love to all the Santa Monica Studios team for the incredible work that they do. And I'm sure when the God of War sequel does actually release, it will be incredible. And I'm going to leave you with this really wholesome tweet that real God of War fans love devs. And of course, it is a picture of Kratos holding a U2's version of Alana that is coming out, I think, in September. This. If you're a games fan, if you're a God of War fan, we're happy to wait. Be nicer to devs. Don't be a dick. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Bye.